Hi all, Martin, Man City Van TV. How are we all doing? I think my Wi-Fi's working. It should be doing because I've got a brand new router. I've had engineers out again this morning. Brand new router, brand new everything. So we should be cooking on gas. Let's hope we are. How are we all today? Saturday. A little bit earlier for me. I don't normally come on this early. But I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. Part one of the Friday Night Socials come out. As you know, we did that very late last night. We were still going at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, we were still going at 2 o'clock in the morning. We had a little bit of a laugh at the beginning. So if anyone from Newcastle United wants to have a go at me, I was having a joke. I wish you all the success in the future. I hope if it could happen to any football club, it should happen to you. And I wish you all the luck. But today, we're going to have a discussion about Manchester City and how do we actually close this 25-point gap on Liverpool. How do we do it? How do we do it? Well, let's talk about it, shall we? I'm going to say a few hellos and then we're going to go into it. I'm going to throw some images up. This is not about who you like, who you don't like. So, Ryan, if you're on, I don't want to hear Kane's rubbish, everything else. I want to hear why Kane is rubbish. Come on, you're the stats man of the channel. Tell me why. But we'll get into that as we go in. Let me see some hellos. Alex Todd is on. Hello. It took a matter of seconds for me to load the stream and I'm really disappointed with Carl. Why? What's he said? What's he said? I'm lost. Hello there. I'm prepared for this stream. Got a full whiteboard, an extra bit of paper, document. I thought you would have. Carl obviously sent City a centre-back, a left-back for me. As a neutral, City should buy a Dunk or an Evans. They will cost 25 to 45 million. Both Premier League proven, not as much of a risk like Squinny and Koulibaly. And left back Digne, you're going to let us have him. Jack Lee's on, good afternoon, bud. Carl Blundell, City should change their transfer strategy, not just go for world beaters. Look at Liverpool, bought Shaqiri from a relegated Liverpool. Oh, go away. No, Carl. No, not Shaqiri. Come on. First time you're doing an early stream? Yeah, the missus is out doing the garden. My kids are washing the car. I thought I'd come and do the stream. Ooh, yeah. First, hi Martin. Mike Bancroft's on. Hope you're good. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine, but staying safe. Hi Martin, you and your camera seems nice. It does. The laptop is amazing. I just want to say thank you to Andy for the laptop. I might as well get it out there early. I didn't buy the laptop. Andy bought the laptop. So, thank you very much to Andy for sorting a brand new laptop out for me. It's much appreciated. As I've always said, get to know someone, don't believe everything that you hear. Evans is Leicester's best centre-back and third best this season, behind Virgil van Dijk and Egan from Sheffield United. This camera does look a lot better. It does. Shows all my wrinkles now. I didn't say it wasn't, Carl. If we want to compete with Liverpool next season, we need better luck with injuries and sign Skriniar. Foden should enter the first team in my opinion. I know FIFA's a rubbish game, but Raheem just lost to Arnold hitting the post. Has he lost, Yusuf? That's why I was a bit late. I was watching the Premier League Invitational on FIFA between TAA and Raheem, and I know it went to golden goal. So has he got beat? Oopsie-daisy. At the moment, ignoring low moves, I've got 2 3-ins and 6 outs. Right, okay, we'll get into that in a bit. I can imagine this being quite a long one. I don't think this is going to be a quick 20 minutes. Chris Baker's on. Hello, Martin. Hello, all. Hi, Martin and guys. Oh, don't scream. I just read what Chris said. Oh, no. Statman Ryan. I didn't know until last night. I do not hate Newcastle fans. I do not hate Newcastle. Don't start that. I was joking and I was being wound up. Only person considered from relegated side would be Bayenda, but he's not our level. Should be picked up by Everton or Arsenal. Why does Martin hate Toon fans? I don't. I really do not. Hi Martin, not a big fan of Newcastle, says Bernard, Nasty Gits. I've not said I don't like Newcastle fans. I just said to them that we got stick off Newcastle fans when I went up there. The Magpie channel with Matter, they're absolutely the nicest set of lads you'll ever meet, and they're absolutely fabulous. I went up there and I met Pasty Guy and I met Matty and I met a few others, and they were great. And I was the guy who went on their channel and said they deserved a bigger manager than Steve Bruce. So, but an hour later, I got so much stick, it was unreal. So yes, let's be honest, I don't hate them, never have done. I wish them all the success with the takeover. I hope they have a tremendous time with it. But all I said was, just be careful. Right now, they're all sat there, Kylian Mbappe, Griezmann, everyone else, I think that's coming. Some fans will. Fans with the head screwed on and will think, take the head out the cloud, they will be normal and they'll think, yes, it'll come eventually, but they won't just sign world-class players straight away. Don't make the mistake we made with Robinho. Really don't. Hi, Martin. Sorry I'm late. Just came to say hi. I'm going out. Not a problem. We're going somewhere for a walk. Nothing bad. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the goalkeeper. I'm going to go all the way down to the strikers. So I don't just want you to throw random names at me now. We're going to start with the goalkeeper. They do love their football, Mingy one. They are. They're great fans. Absolutely love going up to Newcastle. It's a great day out. And they're absolutely magnificent. I do like going up to Newcastle. Carl, we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to start with good, yes, Jack Lee, get your Guinness ready. So we're going to start with goalkeepers. Don't give me CDMs, strikers, anything just yet. We're starting with the goalkeepers. So, first one, Edison. Here's my question to you. And there'll be certain images come on, some not. Here's my question to you with Edison. Has Edison been good this season? I'll give you my opinion on this now. I think he's had the poorest season he's had as our number one. I think his shot stopping has not been as good. His distribution has not been as good. Chris knows we were joking, don't worry. It was all a laugh and a giggle. We had to tell you what, just to come off topic, we had a really good laugh last night. It was nearly 4 hours of it. It was, yeah. So, if we're going to keep Edison as number one, why has Edison not been as good this season? He's had Claudio Bravo. Well, now, has he not had the what's the word? The competition that he needs. Has he had no pressure from Bravo? Bravo's in the last year of his contract. We know Bravo's going to leave. We know Scott Carson is only signed a 1-year deal. We know he's going to leave. So we have Zach Stefan, who's on loan at Dusseldorf at the moment in the Bundesliga and doing really well. But, so, let me just find, do we bring this guy back? Zach Stefan, do we bring him back as our number 2? And then have him competing as the number 1 spot with Edison. Now, I'm not going to be honest. I'm not sat and I'm not keeping track on Zach Stefan all the time. I don't do it. I know he's an American guy. I couldn't tell you what he's been doing. Hopefully some of you guys will. Ryan will, because Ryan will have studied everything going with this guy. I know he will have done. But for me, I can't say I've seen a lot of him. I don't sit watching Bundesliga football. It's just not my cup of tea. Maybe I should have done. There's been goals this season with Edison where mistakes have happened. He's rushed out of his net. He's had that rush of blood to the brain. And he comes out. He got away with one, if I remember, was in the cup final against Villa. Where he comes out and he comes to kick it and he miskicks it. He has been done a few times. Now, would you bring Zach Stefan back in as the number 2, as the competition with the number 1? Which then begs the other question is, who do we need as the third choice goalkeeper? Do we promote Muric again, bring him back from his loan? Or do we buy a elder statesman like we've done with Stuart Taylor, Richard Wright, and now Scott Carson? Do we bring in somebody else as a number 3? Let's get into your comments and then see what you guys think. So, what are you drinking, Martin? Latte. Can Real Madrid, I know, gonna sell Valverde? I don't like that. I don't like that name, mate. I have an issue with that being there. So you can stay on the channel, but if you don't mind changing your name, I don't like that name. I really don't. Edison has been average this year, but he's still the best keeper in the country. I don't think he has been, Cal. Yeah, I agree. Martin says Yusuf. I agree. Edison has been, despite with shot stopping, a few mistakes in his competition. Because of how we are, our keeper will never have the best stats in the league. The chances will give up near the highest quality in the league. Edison has been pretty average, but last year was really good. Martin, I'm going to play football with my dad, but we're going to keep away. Good. Hope you enjoy yourself. Enjoy the sunshine, because next week it's going to rain. I think we should sign Thomas Munier on a free and Cancelo for 50 million. Vida will get to that. We're on the goalkeepers at the minute. He's been good, but it's not been his best. He still has like 9 clean sheets, but his shot stopping is not good. Not been this year. Chris says Edison is our number 1 for years to come. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, why has he not had the best season this year? Why has this been his worst year? Could it be to do with the defence in front of him? Edison averaged 6.3 on my player ratings, but well down on last season. Yep, Stefan is good in my opinion. I think we should bring Zach Stefan and let Bravo leave. Bravo is going to leave, yeah. I was looking in Stefan and he's very similar per 90 minutes to Dubrovnik at Newcastle. He's impressed me well. I've seen him at Dusseldorf. Stefan will hopefully put pressure on Edison to make him earn his first team. F. Norton is on. It'll be good, Fergal. I think we need, you've not been on for a while, it'll be good, buddy, staying safe. I think we need big name, it's good for the team competition. So, Sofian, who do you mean by big name? Donnarumma's got a long name. Very long name, him. Yeah, thank you. If you don't mind changing your name, that'd be good. Number 3 needs to be a homegrown, in my opinion. I was muted on stream, so I went on another account. Do people see this comment? Yeah, I don't know why you were muted, mate. I didn't mute you. I don't think Andy did. Andy's on. How about signing Loris Karius? What as? Number 2, number 3. 2.3 saves in the box would rank him top in the Premier League with the right, well. So, if we're going to say Edison's going to remain number 1, which I totally back, totally think he should be, are we thinking Zach Stefan comes in as our number 2? Who do you then have as number 3? I was going to write, I'm telling you what I'm going to do, I'm going to write all this down so we have notes of it. And then what I'll do is we'll make a list up and put it up on the channel. So we've got Edison as number 1. We've got Stefan as number 2. Who's your number 3 then? Who's your number 3? Do you bring Muric back as a number 3 and let him learn? Or does he need to go and be a number 1 somewhere? Or do you bring what we have done with the like Stuart Taylor, Scott Carson, Richard Wright? Do we bring in a highly experienced English third choice goalkeeper? Or do you go out and break the bank for someone like Henderson, who's on loan from Man United? Because the way he's been at Sheffield United, I could see him taking over De Gea eventually. If you want my honest opinion, I think he's that good a goalkeeper. Henderson at on loan at Sheffield United from Manchester United. It's my opinion anyway. So I wouldn't mind a little dabble at him, but I don't think United will ever sell him. Stefan should come in. What as number 2? I think as his number 2. Bring Joe back. No, Yusuf, Joe Hart. No, that's been and gone, mate. Let's think with our heads, not our hearts. Edison with backup or Stefan and either Muric and another low move like Carson. Andy says pointless bringing Muric back as he needs games. That's my point. I agree with that. Muric needs to go and have games somewhere. Daniel Grimshaw should be first choice, said Vidya. Yeah, that'd be a possibility. Maybe he does. Well, let's look at this then. So we'll go with Edison as number 1. Zach Stefan as our number 2. The only problem with Zach Steffen being his number 2 is, how's he going to feel being number 1 on loan at Dusseldorf in the Bundesliga to come back to City to be sat on the bench to play cup games? Because no doubt Pep will play him in the Carabao Cup. He might play him in the FA Cup. So he might get games that way, get used to the English League. So I think we've done the goalkeepers bit. We should get Henderson. Why not? Done a fantastic job. That's my issue. But Henderson won't come to be number 2. Steffen and Henderson should play pre-season. Whoever one plays better should be number 1. Because sometimes I doubt Edison in goalkeeping. I would not say. I said he's had a poor season. I don't doubt him as a goalkeeper. I think he's phenomenal as a goalkeeper. I think he's had no pressure this year, and I think that's reduced his ability a little bit, his concentration maybe. Fabianski from West Ham is number 2. He's 34. So where's Zach Steffen going then, Carl? Just put Kyle Walker in there. Yeah, I wish we could. Right. So we're at Edison, Zach Steffen number 2, and we're going to bring in an experienced third choice goalkeeper. Henderson's a pipe dream. I'd love it, but it's a pipe dream. Because 1, United won't sell him. 2, he won't go be number 2 anywhere. And 3, he's not going to sit on the bench. So let's look at the next bit. The next part, Edison is integral in our style of football. Spot on, Chris Baker. Spot on. Let's get to the biggest problem of the whole team, squad, everything. Defending. Our stats this year are the worst stats defensive-wise since Pep Guardiola took over. We have conceded the most goals under Pep Guardiola we have done so far, or we were on course to, with 9 games still left to play. We don't know what's going to happen with that yet. So, our defence is the problem. Pep Guardiola this year, Andy made a point to me at Christmas time, about December, that Pep Guardiola has made the most changes, rotation-wise, than he's ever done while City manager. I think he was in 60-odd changes, whereas Liverpool had made the least amount of rotations and were 25 points clear. We had made 60-odd changes rotation-wise, and I said to Andy last night, you'll see it when it comes out on the Friday Night Social. Please go and give that a watch when you've done this. It was excellent. It was really good. It was a really good laugh of 3-4 hours. But I understand we've had injuries. Of course we've had injuries. We never expected Laporte. We didn't replace Vincent Kompany. Major problem. Point number 1. We did not replace Kompany. Now, for me, that's not Pep's fault. That's Tixet and Soriano's big mistake. Big mistake. Because here, I said this to some people. Vincent Kompany announced privately he was leaving Manchester City in March of last year. Just basically over a year ago. We had from March till May, till the end of the season. And then we had May and June, sign somebody. So we had 3 months to organise a replacement. And we didn't. We decided to bumble around with a right back we did not need. We did not have to buy. And we spent £60 million, give or take, with a Danilo swap for Cancelo. We did not need Cancelo. And for some reason, we decided to do that and replace Vincent Kompany. Big mistake. Big mistake. And it's come back to bite us in the rear end. Big style this year. So, one thing we need to do now, we need to replace Vincent Kompany. Because we have one world-class defender, centre-back, which is Emerick Laporte. That's it. John Stones, for me, you know my opinion. I think he's had 4, approaching 5 years now. Not improved. He's having fits and starts. He's having great games. He has really awful games. Sorry, not good enough anymore. You've had your chance. You've had 4 or 5 years. Bye-bye. So Stones, for me, gone. Otamendi, I would keep Otamendi personally because I like him. I think he's a real tough, rough-headed defender who's not afraid of anything, sticks his foot in, sticks his head in, and will score the odd goal as well. But the thing with Nicolas Otamendi is he won't do another season sat on the bench. He's got 2 years to run on his contract, so we need to... I think we'll lose Otamendi, I think we'll lose Stones. Eric Garcia is for the future. Personally, I'm more excited about Taylor Howard-Bellis, THB, personally. But it's to each their own. I prefer Taylor Howard-Bellis. Maybe Garcia, because he's from Barcelona and he's got a posher name or more exciting name than Taylor Howard-Bellis. But I prefer Taylor Howard-Bellis. I'm more excited about that kid than I am about Eric Garcia. But they can come in eventually, play them in the cup. We need, from me, 2 centre-backs. So let me see what you guys think. I'm going to have to go in and out the comments as I'm going with this. He won't cost that much, Ryan. Probably about 6-7 million. That's ludicrous. Martin, I changed my name to Kevin De Bruyne Official. Oh, was that you? No, I didn't mute that name, mate. But I didn't know that was you. Why Bravo can't be our second choice? Because he's out of contract, mate, and he'll be leaving. Do you think City should sign Soyuncu? No. Personally, no for me, but he has been linked. I don't think he's good enough. The entire defence or a specific position. The entire defence we'll talk about. We'll talk centre-backs at the minute. No Alex Selstone, Stella Otamendi. To be honest, one of our defence has been living on borrowed time. I heard City are trying to sign Bonucci. What do you think of that transfer, Martin? I think Bonucci is the Vincent Kompany replacement, if I'm honest. Someone to come in who's the elder statesman, come in, would dictate the back line, would probably dictate the dressing room, could possibly be the new captain. I think he's too old. I think you've seen the best of Bonucci now, and I don't think coming into the Premier League, Bonucci's for me, he's not someone who would close a 25-point gap on Liverpool. Personally. Anyway. I don't think we should sell Stones because he's just had a bad season. He's had a few bad seasons, DP. Lots of our players had a bad season, but Otamendi should go. He's old. He's better than Stones to me, but it's all your opinion. For the defence, I have Walker, Laporte, Konate, Mendy with Cancelo, Otamendi, Ferner, Garcia and Angelino. If we keep him, Zinchenko, if we can't. So you're keeping Cancelo. I think we should use Fernandinho as centre-back and buy another CDM. We'll get into that. From the defence, I'm selling Stones for 30-35 million, hopefully, and Adebayor for 10-15, and bringing Konate for 30-40 million. I think you'll get it be more than that, mate. I would have Skriniar to replace Stones, but I'm not sure we'll leave Inter. Well, here's one. Would you have... Let me just bring it up. We've been linked with this guy, as you know. Milan Skriniar, Inter Milan. Worth about £80 million. Really good passing stats. What do you think of this guy? Would you have him in at City? Garcia was the next Ramos. I think we're going a bit OTT with this with Garcia, guys. My opinion. When Garcia's not going to win you the Champions League or a title for me. Stones can be really lazy. When he was injured, he was busy shopping instead of getting better. I haven't decided about Skriniar, but if we were to buy more than one centre back, I'd have him and Konate. What about Adebayor? No, not good enough, mate. And he's only got 1 year left in his contract, Yusuf. He'd have been offered one by now. I think we need a left back as well. Also, Cancelo hasn't impressed me, says Alex. Okay, Mike, and I agree. Adebayor will never make it at City. We get 10 million. Yes, that'd be good. Bonucci's really old, though. He can be the next Otamendi. Skriniar should be bought, says Noah. Garcia is a great prospect. I agree. I don't want Bonucci's, but also Bonucci doesn't seem to be the answer to everyone. That doesn't seem to be tickling any of your fancies, Bonucci. We should keep Cancelo for next season, or if we have a good offer, sell him and bring Mjolnir in on a free. I'll come to that in a minute, Ryan. Garcia is over. I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's ready. Skriniar should be bought. He's a brilliant player. City should sign Skriniar. Upamecano could be a backup centre-back. Backup centre-back? Well, here's one for you. What formation are we playing? Pep wants to play the 3-4-3 or the 3-5-2, doesn't he? He wants the 3 at the back. Well, we've got Skriniar. We've been linked with this guy. Koulibaly. Will Koulibaly float your boat? Would that get you going? What about... Oh, we'll come back to that in a moment. We'll do him. So we've done Skriniar, Koulibaly. What about Nathan Ake? There, Noah, straight on cue. What about Nathan Ake? Where's Nathan Ake in your lineup? For me, now this is all your opinion. For me, I would bring in, and I've even talked about Ruben Dias, but I've had a look at some stats, and I've had a look at some things going forward who I think would be better. I would rather have, as the two, in my opinion, I'd like Skriniar and Upamecano to come in. Dayot, Upamecano to come in and be the two centre-backs in Manchester City. One can play in the right, one can play in the left. And you can have Laporte. Or you can have Laporte. You could jig them around. I don't know what you guys think about that. Nathan Ake would be a good asset, Noah. Homegrown as well. He'd come in that homegrown little bracket, even though he's Dutch. I think because what I remember, he's come through the Chelsea Academy. So he would class as homegrown. If I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but I'm 90% sure he's homegrown, Nathan Ake, even though he is Dutch. He came through the Chelsea ranks as a child. Koulibaly would be a brilliant sign. I'd rather him over Ake. It's the money that's my issue with Koulibaly. Will City spend £130 million, especially with De Laurentiis over at Napoli, who is like Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis? You cannot get them on bargains. They want top money, top dollar. That is what they're going to want for Koulibaly. He's 28, 27, 28. There's going to be no resale value back on him. Would you want... would you want Koulibaly for 130 million and then probably £200,000-300,000 a week wages when you could get Skriniar for about 70? Upamecano you could probably get for about 35 to 40 because he's gone into his last year of his contract at RB Leipzig. For me, the money you could spend on Koulibaly, you could buy Skriniar and you can buy Upamecano together. So they're the two I'm thinking. Decent player as Prem proven. Wouldn't Ake be content on the bench? I'm not sure he would. That's another great point, Jack Lee. He wasn't a great win back at Juve, but if he doesn't work for us, then we're better off quitting our losses. I'll come to Cancelo in a moment, right? Would be a brilliant sign rather have him over Ake. I'm just making sure. If I missed any comments, I do apologise. I'm just trying to get back into it. Thought Ake was English at the time. No, I thought he was homegrown, Chris. Cheers. Only defender I'm wanting to top bringing is Quante is it called. I'm fine with Skriniar, Munia on a free if we get a fair price for Cancelo. Laporte will be first choice in me. Yes, that's my big thing. So I'm going, we'll play 4 at the back. So I'm going with Laporte and Skriniar for me. And then you could have Upamecano as your backup. Now, whether that'd work, I don't know. And then Garcia can play in cup games. Koulibaly, I just think Koulibaly, he's a brilliant defender. Too much money, too old. Can't Laporte play left back as well? He can, Noah. We tried that at Anfield though. Did you mute Kevin De Bruyne official? I can't remember. I haven't done it, Fergal, mate, but I'm not sure if anyone has. If we have, we apologise. Let's just move on. You're back now. Skriniar, we can answer behind if we get Skriniar. Stones are proving himself in the Premier, but look at him now. My back 4 is Mendy, Laporte, Conte, Walker next season. Yes, he can, but I keep playing well in Champions League. If we did unmute you someone, it must have been for a reason. Upamecano's missed 33 games over the last 3 seasons, has 4 knee injuries. At 21, that is a big worry. Possibly is. That's a good point. He's not coming City as a backup. He might not, but you also got to sell him as a... You've got to rotate as well. Maybe not rotate as much. You can't go with the same back 2 forever. Doesn't work that way. Are you new to the channel? No, Lancow's been on it for ages, mate. Laporte with Squinny and Garcia and Taylor Howard. No, I think, for the Premier League, year too soon, that for me. No, I've been here most of the season. I haven't muted KDB official, Fergal. Sell Mendy and play Cancelo as left back? No. Well, let's talk about this. So we've talked centre backs. What about this guy, Cancelo? I know Andy's going to have a lot to say about this one. Where are you putting João Cancelo? Andy's probably going to come back within the bin. Good point, Chris. Whether he will only stay for next season. I think the key is we need a fast centre back. Mendy, Laporte, Squinny, or Walker, my back line for next season. Okay, I haven't seen you before. That's odd. He's been on it for ages. Isn't Koulibaly left-footed? You don't want two left-footed central defenders playing together. Says Neil. Good point. So, Cancelo, for me, hasn't worked. He's clearly not fitted in at Manchester. He doesn't like Manchester. His family aren't settled. He's not enjoying his time here. I think we should cut our losses on him. And if we can get Barcelona want him the way that we do, they do want him, I would personally sell him. I would. You've got a right back in Walker. We've brought in this Jan Couto. Now, whether he can get a work permit, I don't know. I'd love to see this young kid be unleashed. But like I said, I don't think he will get the work permit. Probably not. But it was a bit of a... I've said it at the start. It was a pointless signing. It really was. We got this guy. We sold a really good fullback in Danilo, who did, in all fair purposes, he wanted to leave. I'm just going to bring myself back. He wanted to leave. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It's not worked out. Gary Neville hit the nail on the head. He said at the beginning, the guy cannot defend. He'll go forward all day long. He can't defend. Can't do it. He just cannot do it. Let's see what you guys think about Cancelo. I'd gladly get some money for him, but I can't see that happening. When you're chatting the stream, no one else sees it. We might need Cancelo because Walker has been a bad boy. This is where I'm thinking we might sign someone, Alex. Noah. Talking about Cancelo, yeah, what does City want to do and swap with Semedo? Well, there's my point, Yusuf. You led me into it. Nelson Semedo is apparently wanted by Manchester City. It's high on Pep's wanted list. So, I don't know. Well, I do know. Nelson Semedo has played 20, 25 plus games for Barcelona this season and done very well. Cancelo has not played that many for Manchester City. He's not settled in, does not want to be here. If you can get... If Cancelo wants to go and live his dream and go back to Spain and go and be part of Barcelona, and we can get a Nelson Semedo in, and we can let Jan Couto go out on loan till he gets his work permit or whatever he wants to do, even though his agent has said he's been promised first team football, or to compete with the first team, shall we say, you could have Semedo and Walker as your two right backs. Competing with each other, I think that would be a better fit than Cancelo and Walker. I think Walker and Semedo will be better than Walker and Cancelo for me. Right backs, I'm keeping it as it is. Walker is starting, Cancelo's back. Assuming we don't get a good offer for him. The only trouble is Ryan Cancelo wants to go. Said my bit, partner sign doesn't want to be here and isn't good enough. Simple as. While Kyle Walker over Cancelo all day. Joe Gomez would be a good signing, but yeah, they're not going to sell him, Alex. 27-year-old that can play in midfield too, suits Pep to a T. Why did Cancelo come to us then in a swap deal? I don't know. I don't know why he's come if he didn't want to be here. I think Koulibaly would be a great signing. He's good as we... It's the money. It's the money aspect in the age. I can't remember seeing your KDB handle in the chat, mate. Swapping back to Juve and get Danilo back won't happen, man can. Koulibaly has nothing on BBD, but Semedo and Kyle Walker are too good for the bench. They're going to have to, one of them's going to have to sit on the bench. If you want two top quality players for a position, someone's going to have to sit on the bench. Happens at all other top clubs. Do you think we'll ever sell Foden? No. I quite like Cancelo, but he seems very hesitant. Maybe he needs more time to adjust. I just don't think he wants to be here, mate. Did well for Juventus last season. Swap Cancelo for Semedo, says Jack Lee. Ben Loud says, hi bro, how you doing? I'm good. To be honest, Norton, I agree, mate. Koulibaly over VVD, really? I changed my name back now, but a few weeks ago I came on the channel with that name because I thought I might fill a few people, but it didn't work. Yeah, why would you want to fill someone, Fergal? That's a bit weird. Why would you want to fill people? Okay, it's a bit weird. It's cool. It's Kyle Walker, mate, wrote attention like that. Wild Walker. I'll try and sell him and bring in Mune. Thomas Mune from PSG. Been linked with United, I know that. Been linked with Arsenal. I'm not sure on him, if I'm honest. I probably want Nelson Semedo. Probably over him. Let's move to left back. We know Cancelo's then probably going to go. So Cancelo's going to move out. So we're probably going to need to bring in a right back. So it could either be Semedo, could be Yankutu, if we can get a work permit. We don't know right now. So there's one. So we've got, say we bring in 2 centre-backs. We've got 2 and a right back. So there's 3. There's 3 we've bought. 3 players we've bought so far. So we've got 2 centre-backs and a right-back we're going to bring in. Or swap. And Cancelo's gone. Stones and Otamendi we've got as going as well. So let me just write this down so I know I've got it. I've got Otamendi out. Stones out. Cancelo out. And we've got a new right-back coming in. And 2 centre-backs coming in. So there's 3 in, 3 out. Maybe swap to back 3 with Laporte, Skriniar and Diaz. He's out of contract and can play midfield as well. Fits Pep to a T, Martin. Who? Who are you talking about now? Tell me you're talking about Ryan. I might have got lost there. Arsenal also interested in Upamecano. Yes, they are. That's the trouble. When his price is going to be so low, people are going to queue up for him. Don't think Zinchenko is a left back. I would try and give Angelino another year. I agree. He really is good. Mr. Ricardo Piero, best right back in the league. That's a good shout, Cal. Leicester won't sell him. They won't sell him for me. Digging in for that. Right, let's talk left back. For me, personally, I would give Ben Mendy another year. I don't think we've seen the best of Benjamin Mendy yet. Have we seen the Ben Mendy that we've had at Monaco? No. We saw it for the first 9 or 10 games of the first season where he was getting assist after assist, smacking balls in for fun, creating goals. He looked a beast. Absolute a beast. So, what I would do now, I'd keep Ben Mendy. Zinchenko, bye-bye. 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 People say move him into midfield. No. We've got enough in that midfield than to add Zinchenko to it. Bringing in Zinchenko into midfield will stealth the growth, would stop the growth of a Foden. You've got Bernardo. He's not a CDM, never has been. He's an attacking midfielder, as he has been for Ukraine. He plays the Messi role for the Ukraine national team. That is what he does. That's what he does. So for me, no, straight away, straight out the chute, bye-bye, Zinchenko. For me, anyway. Angelino's an interesting one. Everyone hated on him. I've never seen a player destroyed in the first 30 seconds of a return or a debut or re-debut than I had with this kid. He went out and he played in the Asia Premier League trophy and he was annihilated in 30 seconds of being on that pitch. He was bought for £5 million, which is peanuts for Man City and in today's market of football anyway. 5 million and you destroyed him. Or we did as a fan group. He didn't get the chance. Yes, does he need to improve at defending? Of course he does. He's a young kid. Does he need chances? Is he good going forward? Yes, very good. Gone to Leipzig and lit the Bundesliga up. You just saw what he did against Spurs in the Champions League. He tore them to pieces. And now because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it looks like Leipzig cannot be able to afford him anymore. So it looks like Angelino may be coming back. So you could have a left-back pairing of Mendy and Angelino. We don't need to buy anyone. Because left-back for me, I'd give it another 12 months. Left-back for me, Ben Chilwell has been spoke about loads of times. Is he good enough? No. He's English for one, so he's got an English premium to be put on. So there's another 10-15 million on top of his price because he's English. You've got the Man City factor, so there's another 10-15 million on top. So you're paying nearly £30 million extra because he's English and Man City won him. So a player who's worth 60 million is now worth nearly 100 million. Not for me. Not for me. I saw Mahrez rip him to bits at the Etihad when we played. Same with Soyuncu. I thought it was garbage. I was really looking forward to seeing him. I thought it'd be a really good test against Sergio. Awful, absolutely awful. Came off with twisted blood, as did Ben Chilwell. He did better at the Walker Stadium, the King Power Stadium, but still not for me. So I would personally stick with Ben Mendy and Angelino as your backup for next season. He's also homegrown, so because you've got the homegrown factor in there as well. There you go. Let's see what you guys think. I was on about Mjorna. Oh, right, okay, agree with you, Martin, about Mendy. DP, Mendy and Angelino. Ricardo won't get on, he might cost 50 mil. 50 mil's generous for Ricardo. You probably were cheap. I mean, you're probably looking about 80 and 90 for him. People forget how good Mendy is going forward, and going back he's awful. I just don't think he's had the chance to play like he did at Monaco, Carl. He's been stop-start. I think Ben Mendy's really good at crossing. He could be a top player for us. That's for me, Fergal. Anything under 60 is a bargain for Pereira, exactly. We still have Angelino. I'd rotate with Ben Mendy. If it doesn't work with one of them, I bring in Ferland Mendy and I put Zinchenko in midfield. For who, Lankow? I keep hearing this Zinchenko into midfield. Who are you dropping out of midfield for Zinchenko? The guy can't pass 5 yard, can't make 5 yard passes at fullback, but you now think he can do it in midfield. Cancelo should not go. It's his first season. The problem is Dupé wants to go. He's not listening. Pep's giving him advice after advice after advice. He's not listened. Zinchenko is one of the few players who I'd feel happily die for the club. That's the main reason I keep him. Put me in a blue shirt, Ryan. I'd die for the club. Doesn't mean I should be there, mate. Sorry, I know what you're saying, but that's your fallacy out the window. Put me in a blue shirt. Put Andy in a blue shirt. Put you in a blue shirt. Put all these people in the chats in a blue shirt. They'll die for the club. Shouldn't be there, though. Angelino either be our third option at left back or stay at Leipzig to boost his career. Third choice behind who then? So who have you got above him apart from Mendy? Cancelo isn't a right back, he's a right winger, right midfielder. Why has he played right back nearly everywhere he's been then, Carl, or right wing back? Angelino's also going, yep, said that. I get a new left back and switch between him and Mendy. Angelino stay in Germany, Zinchenko out. They haven't got the money, Alex, to buy him. I'd rather sell Cancelo than Mendy, but the question is, will Angelino start in the career? He says stay with us. Who would you buy at left back, though? I just said I'd keep the two. Zinchenko is good for Ukraine, awful against awful teams for City. He's lacklustre and he's passing. Thank you. You just see what he did against Man United. I've never seen a more inept defensive display than Zinchenko against Man United at the Swamp. Sorry, that was the nail in his coffin for me. You're not good enough, son. You're not good enough. I love your passion and I love it. But City, remember this. City were going to sell him to Wolverhampton Wanderers for 15 million in the summer. Zinchenko didn't want to go. City were going to sell him for 15 million. That says it all to me. He played right wing back at Juve and his job was getting forward late in the season, then moved him forward more. Valencia played right wing back. Don't worry, Martin. Heard City want to buy you. What wages do you want? Oh yeah, buy me, mate. I'd be awful. I think City will be good playing 3 or 5 at the back. See about 3-5-2, 3-4-3. What are you thinking of, Fergal? That changes things as well. I watched Zinke play midfield for Ukraine and he looks quality, and with David Silva moving on, I'd rather sell Gundogan personally and put him in midfield. So where does Foden go? Where does Bernardo go? Where does KDB go? Where does Sterling go? Where does Gabi Jesus go? Come on. Where does Gundogan go? Where does Rodri go? Where does Fernandinho go? How many midfielders do you want before you throw Zinchenko in? Yeah, I even forgot about the Spurs game, Ming Wong. Didn't Juve play Cellini and Boccini and Regani last year? Pretty much. Right. So, is Zinchenko a stay or a go? Let me know. And then I'll put him on the list. For me, are not bringing anyone at left back. That's my opinions anyway. Oh, sorry, the sub's gone up. I'm just checking. Let me just change something, guys. I've just found something out. Subs count's gone up. While we're live on air. Sorry. Background's looking red, Martin. Have you converted to the good side? No, I haven't. You wish Adam Setter. Martin, no one has said he's playing games. He's there for depth. He has zero impact on players like KDB. So, we're keeping him just for keeping him sake. Let's not say we're keeping him for keeping him sake. Let's say whether if these players are gonna stay, they're going to be involved in the team. Zinchenko's not just gonna stay and be sat on the bench for 60 games of the season. Tell you that. Keeping Zinke for depth. Let's give the stream a like. Yes, thank you very much, guys. Zell Zinke. So we've got 2 keeps and a sell. Martin is a true blue. Cyber City, Chelsea or Brighton for him, yeah. I'd keep Zinchenko, but only for backup for injuries. Zell Zinke. Or Zinke. Alex practicing his Mancunian accent. Bye-bye Zinke for me. Oh, well. Well, at the moment, the bye-bye Zinke is just... You're keeping him for depth. He can fill it anywhere. Oh, Ryan... How's he filling in at right back? Did you watch him against United? Did you watch him against Spurs? Where's he filling in at left back? Where's he getting in midfield? Someone tell me where Zinchenko's going in ahead of anyone in midfield. Ahead of Foden, ahead of KDB, ahead of Bernardo, ahead of Gundogan. Where's he going in here? Bonucci's been the best centre-back in the world. He has been so good. He has. Ender Stevens is a wing back and he's good for Sheffield United but not for Ireland. Keep Zinko, says Neil. Zinchenko has to go. Looks like keep him and use him rotation. Lankhouse says keep him for when KDB and Foden aren't available. When are you both? When are them both going to be injured at the same time? And we might even bring in somebody else yet in midfield. What do you do then? You heard of Felix and Nemecha looks good. Pep's dumb not to play him. Well, Zinchenko should obviously go. I could see Zinke being in the squad if we would sacrifice Foden. Oh, we're not going to sacrifice Foden. Not going to sacrifice Foden now. Our left back has been ruined by injuries his entire career. He's not playing against United or Spurs. If we have injuries, he can fill in easily against lower league teams and in the cups. So where's Angelino going? Because Leipzig haven't got the money to buy him. And Angelino's a better left back than Zinchenko. So we're saying, alright then, we'll keep the 3. Mender, Angelino, Zinchenko. We'll keep the 3 then. Right, let's move on to CDM. Rodri. Now, I've heard some things about Rodri which are criminal. If I'm going to be honest, criminal. To where he's not good enough, he's poor, he's this, that and the other. The guy's played 8 months of a season. And I think he's done okay. It's not helped him. I think he's played more games than what he was originally planned to play, because I don't think the idea was for Fernandinho to become a centre-back. Now, if we believe what Pep Guardiola says, Fernandinho is never going to play CDM or in midfield again. He's now going to be a centre-back or a defender. So, we cannot include Fernandinho now at CDM if we're going to believe Pep Guardiola's words. So, we have to rule Fernandinho out because we're going off what Pep said, and Pep's exact quotes were, Fernandinho will not play midfield again. So we have Rodri. Do we need to bring in another CDM? Or could we, because Rodri shouldn't really be playing 60 games a season. If we include Cups and Champions Leagues and whatever else, shouldn't be playing it. So do we bring in another CDM? And who? Do we promote? Do we play Gundogan there? Because everyone's forgotten, of everything I've mentioned, everyone has forgotten about Ilkay Gundogan. So let me see what your thoughts are. I like Rodri as a player. Also remember this, Rodri was not Pep's first choice CDM. His first choices of CDM were Jorginho and Fred. Could not get them. Jorginho, we got dumped on a little bit and he went off to Chelsea, and Fred couldn't get done because Shakhtar didn't want to sell him while they were still in the Champions League. 6 months later, he ends up going to Manchester United. So Rodri was not actually ever first choice in Manchester City. He became available, they paid the buyout clause, and I think he's done pretty well coming over from Spain. He's still only a young lad, scored some important goals, scored a cracking goal at Turf Moor against Burnley. I was there, great goal. I think he could do a job. I think he needs to do some more learning though. And could he learn from Fernandinho? Yes. If I was Pep, I would reconsider this Fernandinho never playing midfield again. I would have Fernandinho sat in front of that back line every day of the week, twice on Sunday, and I would have him there for about 20 games of the season and bring Rodri in for the other 30 or 40. And then Rodri can learn and watch and produce his game so much better than what he is right now. He's been played in a position he didn't want to do. I've heard Rodri at centre-back. That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. He's not centre-back. He's not good enough. I've seen him play centre-back twice. He was awful. Absolutely awful. He's not a centre-back. Never will be. Not in my eyes. Never, ever, ever. He's a CDM. That's where he should be. Let's see what you guys think, because I'm way behind on the comments now because I've had my little rant. Dupy says Foden and KDB's spot is very important, which Santiago was not going to do. We'd never sacrifice. Yeah, I wouldn't sacrifice Foden, but that'd be the solution for Zinke. In my opinion, I'd rather sell Zinke. Sell him, and has been prattling about looking like he's a left. Maybe sell Zinke to a championship team. Well, he was going to Wolves last season. Keep Rodri. Angelino is playing if Mendy's injured. What are you doing if Mendy gets injured for another year? Angelino playing a big game 3 days. Won't work. I know, but I don't like the idea of Zinchenko at left back, full stop. Because he costs us games. You're not going to win the title with Zinchenko at left back. Rodri is so good, and it's his first season. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Rodri, he won't be second. Fernandinho, what do people expect? Keep Rodri and Fernie's back up with Gunda. Guys, Rodri's only 23 years. Rodri has to stay. He's a great player and has so many years ahead of him. He should be a starting player all day long. Rotate between Rodri and Gundogan. Keep Rodri, he's only in the first season. Gundo should go, says DP. Keep Rodri, he's young, 2 years older than Martin he is. Rodri has been a consistent 6.57 out of 10 of the game. Couple of really great games. Been solid every game. I'd agree with that, Ryan. I think for his first season, he's done really well. We've done better getting Rodri than Fred for sure. Jorginho is a similar level. Rodri is a great player. Gundogan isn't great in my eyes, but he fits into our style. Gundogan more of a bench player for me. Tends to play plays good in all Champions League and plays against weaker sides in the Premier League. You took the words right out of my mouth, Matt. In the majority of the bad games, Rodri Hazard has been played in centre-back, just no, exactly. Should never be considered as a centre-back, never. By the way, I can't see Ferner getting regular minutes next season. I think he's getting a mentor role. Well, there's the thing, mentor Rodri. Who do you think should be our captain, guys? We'll come to that near the end, Fergal. We did win the title with Zinke at left-back. Well, we won the title with Delph at left-back and Zinke, but... I know we did, but we also had a better centre-back pairing with Zinchenko next to him. Right, so we're going to keep Rodri and Fernandinho. So we've done that. No one's been bought in there. Now let's move into the middle. David Silva. Now, if Andy's still watching, please get him a Kleenex. Let him go and have a little cry. David Silva, as we know, is leaving. It's very sad. El Maggio is going to leave. He's going to, looks like, go to Valencia for 3 years, which is the big surprising thing, to go back home. We all thought he was going back home to Las Palmas. He's not. He's going to Valencia, it looks like. So, the rumours are, now this was off Sam Lee, that City are indeed after this chap, when I can bring it up. Aurier from Lyon. Now, apparently, I got told he does play more wing than he plays cam, but this is the guy they're talking about to come in as the David Silva replacement. One of the 4, 5, 6 signings that we're looking at making. Now, so, Aurier, would you have this chap from Lyon? Young kid. Apparently will be available for around about 40-45 million pounds, not euros, about 50 million euros. Lyon will sell him, and he wants to further his career. Would you have him at Manchester City? Is Phil Foden the guy? So there's Aurier. Or is this the man to take over David Silva? So, who is your man for next season? Is it Aurier or is it Foden? Or do you buy Aurier and you can rotate Foden and Aurier around? We had this debate in the Friday Night Social last night, and I tell you what, it was one of the hardest debates we've ever had. I love Foden. I love the kid. Do I think this kid is ready to go and play 60 league games and Champions League and everything else? No. Would bringing Aurier be an idea moving forward? Yes. But then I think possibly you need to sell somebody in the process. So let's see what you guys think. If Laporte didn't get injured so early, Rodri would have been phased in gently. He was forced to walk before he could crawl. Great point, Neil. That totally agree with you. I'm not making any ins or outs in midfield, by the way, other than Silva, obviously. That's fine. Jack Lee agreed with Pentake, but I think Ferner is captain. I've heard that Valencia don't have an offer for David Silva. I've heard both a little bit at the minute. Wasn't the Aurier guy rumoured last summer? Yes. Apparently Pep is very high on him. Very high on him. He's very much like him with Bernardo at the moment. I heard Silva will stay if Andy plays a tune. That's not happening. Foden in. I'd rather ease Foden into the first team than sign any more CMs. We have enough of them, in my opinion. Foden and KDB first choice. Wouldn't buy anyone to play midfield. Play Bernardo on the wing. I like Bernardo as the number 10, personally. Or a little bit deeper. That he did look good at in some games this season. Foden and KDB first choice. Wouldn't buy another one to play midfield. Play Bernardo on the wing. For out 2 more forward midfielders, I have Bernardo and KDB starting with Foden and Gundo following in. If we were to bring anyone, I'd want either Aurier or preferably Valverde, but he'd be hard to get. I think Aurier would be easier to get. Rotate Bernardo and Foden. But what about Foden as David Silva replacement? Aurier is way too good to be on the bench for me. Foden has been waiting for long enough. He has, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. Foden isn't just coming into the team next season and playing. A lot of fans need to get that out of their head. Yeah, I agree with that, Ryan. I think he'll play more games. I don't think he's going to play a load of games. He's overrated by so many people, pretty much. He's not overrated. Ryan, he's not overrated, mate. Did you watch him against Aston Villa in the cup final? Ripped them a new one. Rip them a new one. I don't like Bernardo at wing. He's too slow for me. Him as Cam is phenomenal. Yeah, I prefer him more in the middle. Doopy, definitely. So, do we bring in Aurier or not? For squad depth. And do we sell anyone? Is Gundogan going to leave? Who is it you're fancying on that one? Let me just see who we're looking at. Don't buy any midfielders. KDB, Foden, Zinka and Bernardo should be playing for the two attacking midfield positions. Okay, I'm not having Zinchenko anywhere near it. My opinion, though. Foden needs to be eased into the team, not start 60 games. I would probably have Foden play 25 next year for me. That's a big increase on this year. I'd gladly have Bernardo as our starting midfielder and Foden to back him up. Foden will be a regular starter in the Cup. What was the price for Aurier again? The rumour was about 35 to 40 million pounds, about 50 million euros was the rumour. Aurier is too good as a substitute in my eyes. No mids needed to spend the money on defence. Well, the rumours are Pep wants to sign 5 or 6 players. Before obviously all this coronavirus pandemic, he wanted to sign 5 or 6 players, was the rumour. 2 of them were centre-backs. Who were the other 3? I'd call Gundogan more of a DM and rotate him with Rodri or sell him. Good point. So, right, let's go through. Are we keeping Gundogan? I think we're going to keep Gundogan. Are we selling anybody in midfield? Will that midfield close a 25-point gap on Liverpool? That's the question you need to ask. Personally, and I said this last night, I would bring in Aurier for that money. I think he could be the next biggest midfielding star in world football. I think he looks that good. If the guy's not as good in Pep's eyes, then I say grab him off Leon. It's not true. I'll call people out on here for being overrating Foden. He could come on and do nothing for 10 minutes. People would rate him higher than Gundogan with an assist. Well, it's all opinion. I think Foden's amazing. Ryan, I want to see more of Tommy Doyle next season. Good shout, Tommy Doyle. Where does he stand? Bernardo, where does he stand? Are these kids just for the youngsters? Do we promote anyone here? You're chatting guff, says Ryan. It's biased. It doesn't surprise me. Every club's fans do it. Phil Foden is not crap, mate. He really is not overrated. No, sorry, I'm not having it. Bernardo in midfield. Foden is back up. Ryan, Foden hasn't played enough to be overrated. Foden is overrated doesn't mean he's in quality. We're not... Listen, well, Pep Guardiola must be talking guff then, because Pep Guardiola said he's the greatest player he's trained with and seen since Lionel Messi. So, is Pep Guardiola talking a load of guff, Ryan? Is Aurier not more of a defensive midfielder? No, apparently he's an attacking one, Kamal, but... Right, so, Matt, let's bring in Aurier then. He's one of the 4, he's one of the 5. Let's bring him in. So, the ones we're bringing in are Skriniar, Upamecano. Who was the other one? Zach Steffen's coming back in as the backup goalkeeper, and we're bringing Aurier. Right, you said he hasn't played, but people say he's the best youngster. Pep said it, Ryan. You say he hasn't played enough, but people say he's the best youngster out in the world. Pep said that, mate. Pep, yeah, well, that ain't entirely true from Pep. Bit of a candy there. We might buy Grealish. Right, Grealish, I've been waiting for this. Jack Grealish, I wouldn't have within 50 miles of Manchester City. He is not good enough. I'm sorry. His attitude stinks. He thinks he's made it already because he's playing for his boyhood team, Aston Villa. Jack Grealish would not improve Manchester City. Phil Foden is as good, if not better, than Jack Grealish for me, and he showed that in the League Cup final when he ripped them apart. Who got man of the match against Aston Villa in the Cup final? Oh, yeah, Phil Foden. Not Jack Grealish, Phil Foden. So, no, Grealish, not for me. Sorry, too much money, too overrated. We have players better than him already. Wouldn't get in the team. So, for me, Grealish is a no. No for Grealish doesn't mean you are, oh, Pep does his chat go to the media. Well, exactly, Grealish is a big no from me. Grealish won't leave Villa. He will do if they get relegated, Jack. Yes, he is, Martin. Yes, he is what? He's a true representation of that, of his fan base. Well, I wouldn't take Grealish 10 years ago. He's a clown. He isn't City quality, and I'm eating my tagliatelle. Grealish is average. Wow, Martin. Wow, Martin, what? I wouldn't have Grealish. Kane over Grealish. Well, John will come to that. Gets in ahead of Foden if he was there. He does not get in ahead of Foden. No, sorry. Sorry, Ryan. Did you watch the League Cup final at Wembley? Did you watch the League Cup final at Wembley? Who got man of the match? Who played better on the wing? Grealish or... No, sorry. Not having that. Not having that. My opinion, but sorry. You're entitled to yours, but no. Foden over Grealish every single day. Twice on Sunday. Sorry. Not a chance. John McGinn is a quality player. We need a new number 10. I'd get him over Aurier as he's got Premier League experience. I don't know about John McGinn. I'm a bit like that with him. No, I think Aurier is better, if I'm honest. League Cup final says it all. Who gets in the England team? Grealish or Foden? What? As in what? Long term or for a one-off game? For a one-off game, probably Grealish. For long term, Foden all day long. Foden will have more England caps than Jack Grealish. I'll tell you that right now. Right now. And if anyone who thinks, all right then, Ryan, who's going to have more England cap by the end of the career? Phil Foden or Jack Grealish? Ryan, you need to read what you are saying. Foden is better than Grealish. Don't know what Ryan is smoking. I think most City fans will be disgusted if Grealish came in to take Foden's place. Yeah. Tell you what, to get him, I just sorry. Hey mate, I met you at the first game of the season. Did you, Callum? Good man. You lucky devil. I'm only joking. You unfortunate devil to meet me. Right, someone who carried a relay go for the past 3, 4, 5 years, or someone who I don't think has ever started 5 games in a row. Foden would walk into Aston Villa's team and play every game of the season, mate. Is it alright then, Ryan? Would Phil Foden play every game for Aston Villa? There's a question for you. Big difference between Aston Villa and Manchester City. Remember that? Aston Villa, Manchester City. Different ends of the spectrum, mate. Even though Villa are a historic club with huge history, talking right now, Villa are down there. City are up there. I'll have some of what Ryan's drinking. That's how you say Aurier's name. I keep thinking Aurier. Tottenham, yeah, don't. That's about Aurier. Right, let's move on to the wing. Leroy Sané's going. We know that. Let's say Sané's going. He's out the door, Sané. Bye-bye, Sané. Nice knowing you, mate. Go and enjoy your Oktoberfest over in Munich. Who do we bring in? Do we need to bring in anybody? I think Gabby Jesus could play the Leroy Sané role. I'd love Leroy to stay. I would. Leroy Sané came out next week and went, I'm going to sign a new 4-year contract, 5-year contract. I've been a bit of an idiot. My head's been up my rear end. I've had to change my agent. I didn't know what I was doing. Then, yeah, I'd have Sané all day long. Because Sané can be one of the best, if not the best winger in the world. The problem is, he doesn't want to be. He wants to go back to Bayern Munich, or back to Germany, should we say, to play for Munich, which I promise you now, and you remember this, the date is the 25th of April, it's 4:45. You now remember this. In his press conference at Bayern Munich, Leroy Sané will say, as a German boy, the dream for a German boy is always to play for the German club Bayern Munich. You watch. Bet he comes out with that quote. I'm doing lots of bets today, but I bet Leroy Sané comes out with, I've always wanted to play for Bayern Munich. It's a dream of a German international to ever do that. There you go. So, for me, Gabby Jesus can go left wing and play Leroy Sané's role. Right wing, Sterling. I'd keep him. Sterling is far too good to lose. Unless you get a stupid offer of 150 million. And now with this global pandemic, nobody's going to spend that kind of money on a player. I think that the great guy over at Man United, Ed Woodward, I call him brilliant because I think he is brilliant, has said it today. Nobody will do huge deals in the summer. There'll be a lot of swap deals, or there'll be things sorted out. But yes, there you go on that one. So Gabby Jesus for me to take over the Leroy Sané role, not Bernardo. Bernardo should be in the centre, not on the wing. Right, let me go in because I think this Grealish debate's going bigger and bigger now. Grealish is playing in a bad team now, right? Well, Foden could play every game, but I'm not getting this point of Grealish is playing in a bad team. Kincladze played in a bad team. Still got relegated, mate. And people said Kincladze wasn't as good as what I say he is. I think Ryan loves playing devil's advocate. Jack Grealish isn't even English. He represented Ireland in a few friendly games and ditched them as soon as Southgate called. If Foden gets a chance, I think he'll get in the England team more. But to think he's currently a better player and getting England team is first is laughable. All opinion, Ryan. It's not laughable, mate. It's called having an opinion. We're allowed one. Yes, I love Sané, but you can go. Raheem is a big question. Is a big question for me. Grealish plays on a different level, but in reality, he wouldn't get an England call-up. I would like to keep Sané, but I don't see him staying, says Jack Lee. Forward line, I've got no one coming in and just Sané out. Well, I'm gonna come back to that as well, Ryan, because I think that is a stupid mistake, and I'll tell you for why in a minute. Bringing nobody in up front would be suicide. I would like to keep Sané, but I don't see him staying. Forward line, I've got no one coming in and just Sané out for 70 million. Davies, which I go for. Best young left back by a mile. And Harrison on loan like United did with Hendo. I want Haaland, but he won't leave Dortmund. Mahrez should keep his spot. Come to him in a minute as well. Ed Woodward is a football genius. Gabriel Jesus should be a striker, not left wing. He's not good enough as a striker. Sorry, Doopy. Anyone who needs 5 chances to score 1 goal ain't a top quality striker for me. Grealish is not Irish, nor was Cascarino. I hope this long break will help Sterling lose his recent bad form and give our long-term injured players like Sané and Laporte be ready for the Champions League. Sané will not play again for Manchester City. I was right on that as well, wasn't I? I did say that. He played 3 friendly games. Ruben Dias or Skriniar, Jamie Sharp. Right, so Gabby's going to left wing for me. Or if not, who'd you bring in as left winger? Sané's going. Sterling's going to remain on the right. Let's go to the forward line. Right. Ryan said we don't need anyone. Here's my issue. We made a mistake where we didn't replace Vinny Kompany. Because we had this nostalgia of we've got what we want, we can go with it. Sergio Aguero is not the Sergio Aguero he was last year, the year before, and the year before that. His career is coming to a close. Unfortunately, he will still score goals, yes, but defenders will start outpacing him. They will start outmuscling him. He will not score as many goals as what probably we would like him to do. So what do? Do we let this? One thing I don't like. And I'm going to take some of this Friday Night Social away, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to make the point here. We need to stop this romantic idea of letting Sergio Aguero toddle off in the sunset with our permission. On his terms. Sorry, it's Manchester City, not Sergio City. I'm sorry now, but I'm going to make a real big issue here. And I love Sergio. City great, should have a statue. Greatest ever striker in the Premier League, but it's Manchester City, not Sergio City. Can Tick says, Soriano, get their heads out their backsides and stop saying, oh, hello Sergio, choose when you leave. What? Choose when you leave? You leave when we say you leave, not you say when we leave. I'm sorry, it is BS. It is heart ruling overhead, and we're going to make the same damn mistake we did with Vincent Kompany, and we're not going to replace him, and we're going to be up you know what creek without a paddle, because we'll have one striker, and we'll have Sergio Aguero, who gets more injuries now because he's getting older. He's lost more than a yard of pace. I'm sorry, replace the guy now. Sergio's got one more year left at Manchester City if he goes into next season. And that's it. Why are we so stupid? Why are we so blind to not think of the future? Why are we always, oh, well, we'll see what happens in the future? A top team sorts it out beforehand. We're 25 points behind Liverpool. Sorry, head at your backside, take the sentiment away and realise this is where we have to get serious. Thank you, Sergio. Love you to bits, but it's time for you. We get your replacement in. And if we can get a Lautaro Martinez, or we can get Haaland, or we can get or whoever, you bring him in. Sorry, you bring him in. Screw this when Sergio leaves. Sorry, right. I'm done with that. That's my little rant now. Let me look. Sell Mahrez, don't really need to bring anyone at the moment. We do, just said that. Apparently I was about Zabal. Sociedad winger. Not seen enough of him, to be honest. I know we've been linked with him a lot. Sterling and Jesus. So we're going with Sterling, Jesus, wingers. Jack Lee. Sell Sergio Mahrez. I wouldn't sell Sergio. I'd keep Sergio, but I'd get ready to replace him. I'd sign Lautaro Martinez. It's his sad. Mahrez is 28. It is. Lautaro Martinez, Barcelona are after him. Chelsea are after him. A whole host of clubs are after this kid. You're looking 100 million. Will City spend that? Sergio looks half a yard too slow last few months. Aguero is still the best striker in the league, and the stats show that you had 1 year and then Jesus getting in game time, filling in, then bringing someone next season. Disagree with you. We're making the same mistake we did with Vincent Kompany. What you're saying, Ryan, in my opinion, will not close a 25-point gap on Liverpool. You're not signing anybody. Up to now, you've signed 2 centre-backs and think that closes a 25-yard gap, 25-point gap. Sorry, no, doesn't. 2 signings is not going to close a 25-point gap. Sorry, no. Front line of Sterling, Gabby and Bernardo. I agree with that. Sometimes Sergio misses great chances. Aguero will depart next summer when or if he wants to have a legacy. I'm sorry for scaring you, Chris. Sergio will be leaving when his contract is up at the end of the season and he'll go to Argentina, and that's what's happening, and it's fine. This is perfectly fine to happen. I'm not saying it's not, but City, this we will let you leave on your terms. No, sorry, you're a business. We need to learn to replace players before they leave. Exactly. Someone's made a good point to me. Alex Ferguson knew when the expiry date of a player was. There was no sentiment with Alex Ferguson. I'd take Sergio over 90% of the world strikers next season. Well, that's fine. You're not gonna win the league then. Well said, Martin. We should swap Aguero and Martinez. Haaland isn't leaving this season. If you place this season, you're getting an overpriced Martinez or an overrated, overpriced, even more injury-prone Kane. Martin says, stop it. They're the only options this summer. They're not anywhere near the quality. I agree. I definitely agree, Ander. I'd still take Sergio next season, but we need to sign a replacement. I'm not saying don't play Sergio next season. I'm not saying sell him. I'm saying sign his replacement now. Not on the year he's going. Don't bring in the guy in the same year he's going. Yeah? You have the replacement in before he's gone. There isn't a 25-point gap, though, Martin. Our season was... But there is, though, Ryan, isn't there? Let's talk facts. You want to talk facts, mate? The 25-point gap between Manchester City and Liverpool, that's fact. So there is a 25-point gap. So maybe look at the league table again and see how many points we're behind them. So statistically, I couldn't give a monkey's about stats, mate. We're 20-odd points behind Liverpool. That's the only stat you need to do. If Liverpool were going to win the title, Liverpool had better stats probably than us last year or the year before. We still lifted the title. It's who lifts the title in May. And you're telling me all the time, and telling everyone else, you want to win the league. If this season hadn't been cancelled and Liverpool had won the league by 20, 25 points, would you have said to Liverpool, well, we have better stats than you? Do you think they're going to give a monkeys? Do you think they're going to give a monkeys to you? Are they heck? Sorry, they're not. Splashed the money on Son, just getting Mbappe and Neymar for replacement. Neymar, no. Mbappe, yeah. Get Balotelli in. At the moment, we are in limbo as far as Pep as well. This will damage our planning more. We need a decision made. Good point, Bernard. And we don't know how he's going to come back after the death of his mother. That we don't know. Jesus is his replacement. I'm just really unsure with Jesus as a main striker. If we don't have Laporte injury and things like the Spurs game, we're always with small gaps. But they happened, and that's the thing. They happened, and we are 25 points behind. Okay, here we go. Question, Martin. You want to sell Aguero now? It didn't say sell Aguero now. Didn't say sell Aguero now. Martinez won't be coming. Kane will be too expensive, so he's going to outscore Sergio to bridge a 25-point gap. I didn't say sell Aguero now. I said sign his replacement now. Big difference. I'd keep Sergio around, yes, but you're saying overrated striker in Lautaro Martinez. Unless you get Mbappe, you're not going to get anyone. There's a guy we all missed out called Miguel Nunez at Atletico, who's meant to be absolutely awesome, but he's going to cost a lot of money. He's got a £135 million release clause that everyone's backed away from because of the silly amount of money it's going to cost. I'm not saying sell Sergio Aguero. I'm saying let's take the sentiment out of letting Aguero leave when he wants to do. We shouldn't do that. We keep thinking with our hearts, not our heads. Let's put on, mate, as a business, if someone's coming in when you're leaving, if I'm leaving my job, my replacement's already in before I've gone. They don't let me leave and then bring in my replacement 2 weeks later. Because what happens in the 2 weeks I'm there? I hand my notice in, somebody's already been interviewed for my job, my position. Same with Sergio. I don't want to be in that position. Let's get it in nice and early. Let's get a 12-month in, bring him in, and do it that way. But I'd probably bring in Lautaro Martinez. Yeah, Harry Kane, not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Great question, Martin. Oh, He might like to come to Chris. Chris. Great question, Martin. Andy. No, but you're busy writing about making up a 25-point gap. The table says the gap, but the teams are incredibly even regardless of the table. I disagree with you, Ryan. Sorry, they're not even. They're not even. Liverpool have absolutely spanked us this season. The stats, we've lost, 6-7 games. Liverpool have lost, 1? They're not really similar, though, are they? Pep's made 60-odd changes, rotation-wise, probably more by March. Liverpool have made the least amount of changes. I know injuries have made a big thing, but they're not on the same level. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. Their back four is far superb to ours. Alisson's been a better goalkeeper than Edison this year. The forward line's been going on. Is far better than any of our forward line apart from Aguero. Mane's probably better than Jesus. Salah's better than Jesus. Do you want me to go through it? I could go through it. I just disagree with you, Ryan. Respectfully, I disagree with you. I think you're being a bit blue-tinted roses now, mate. Thinking about the future is a good point. I'm really lost now. Let me get back into your comments because I'm really lost in these. If we buy a quality striker now, the title is ours in a few years again. Thinking about the future now is a good point. I agree, Alex. Matt, you're just saying 25-point gap. You're not coming up with any ideas. It's just 25 points when in reality us and Liverpool are really good. I don't think we are. This is what I'm asking you. I've said to you we're going to need signings. You're bringing 2 centre-backs. Skriniar and Upamecano probably, or somebody else. For me, you're bringing Aurier to replace probably. You get Foden to replace David Silva. You have Phil Foden who plays probably 25 games, which is more than he's ever played. You can rotate. I didn't even mention Jaden Braff. Do we promote Jaden Braff, or do we go down the other side of it where we lose Sancho? We lost Sancho. Do we going down the road where we lose a Jaden Braff? When do we promote him? Does he come in cup games? How do we work that? I've said we have Sterling, and now I'm saying we have a new striker. That's all I'm saying. So you're saying to me, what ideas have we got? I'm giving you the ideas. It's just not the ideas you want. I would promote Adrian Benaba. Benaba is just not happening in any world. I don't think it is, Zidane. We have some options to replace Aguero, but it's going to be difficult. Oh yeah, he's going to be that. How do you replace the irreplaceable? That is the question. Keep Paulo Fernandes, Jack Harrison, and Thierry Ambrose. I'd love to see the youngsters, but I just don't think it'll happen. I don't feel secure with Gabby as our main striker. Martinez is 100 million for the worst version of Sergio. We can't pass. Martinez will be going to Barcelona. Why can't City compete with Barcelona? Come on, that's for me. I agree, Liverpool have been much better than City. Who we should be signing is Tino Werner. He's going to be anywhere near the team. Who won't? Salah might have a weaker season this year, but Mane is tearing teams apart. Ryan, would you keep Harrison? We need an answer for Mane, Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. City has scored more than anyone this season, so why is the attackers the thing that we need to bridge the gap? It isn't, it's the defence. I'm talking about through the whole of the team. I'm going through the team. I've said the defence is the main thing. Go away, Chris. If you think that promoting some youth players will fix the 25... I've not said it. Do you know, Ryan, are you just in a real argumentative mood today? I've not said Jayden Braff. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm saying possibly. Could it be? Ooh. In a right argumentative mood today, you aren't you, Ryan? He really is. Won the final match. Did he win? Do you think Braff is ready? Jayden Braff, personally, I'd play in cup games. I don't think he's ready. I'd play him in cup games and do it that way and let him experience the League Cup, the FA Cup. So, our midfield is incredible and our forward line is the second most creative player in the league. The best goal scorer in Sterling, who was near enough Messi's level last year. The defence needs sorting. And Sterling, who was near enough Messi. It's not last year, it was in last season, because this season he's been awful. Awful this year. I don't think it's just the defence. I've been at games this year where the attackers have been awful. We've created chance of the chance, and they've been awful. And we've missed chance of the chance. Look at the Manchester Derby. I said some defensive transfers, I think closes the small gap in quality. Well, there's where we're going to disagree. You think it's a small gap. I don't. I don't think it's a small gap. And the thing is, Liverpool are going to get better. Ryan just listened to Mike, bloody hell, no point getting into it. I'm not arguing. I'm saying, I was asking you the question. I went through top to bottom, from goalkeeper to striker. Who do we need to bring in? Who do we need to sell? If you think it's the defence, fair enough. You may think it's the defence. I said we brought in 2 defenders, 2 centre-backs. That would help that. I've said possibly get rid of Cancelo and bring in either you got your Semedos or you've got this Yankutu who can get a work permit, and there's a youngster. In the midfield, I said keep Fernandinho, not as a centre-back, play 15-20 games as a CDM, let Rodley learn. That would make us more defensively stronger as well. Then talked about Gabi Jesus going on the left. These are just all my opinions. I've not said sell Aguero. I never once said sell Sergio Aguero. I said bring in his replacement, is what I said. It's called forward thinking. That's all it is. And I'm getting lynched for having a bit of forward thinking. Well, Foden is the only youngster that could play regular minutes, but not week in, week out. No one else, in my opinion. True, Alex. I said some defensive transfers I might, and you have done, and I've took them on board. What would you do with Raheem? I'd keep him. Unless you get a silly offer of 150 million, I'd keep him. What about Jimenez? I heard Gundogan said something about Jimenez over at Wolves the other day. No, not for me. Not for me. I think you got to... if you're going to replace Aguero, you need to replace him. And this is why I said you've got to replace the irreplaceable. And there's only 4 to 5 players out there that could possibly maybe even take Aguero's place. And I did say possibly you might have to change the style a little bit, because Aguero is the irreplaceable, really. But I'm just saying, the point was, and it always has been, is don't replace Aguero in the same year. You're selling him. Bring him in. If you bring him in the January transfer window, then fair enough. He's similar to level as Zeko. Sterling has 20 goals and 7 assists this season so far, and he's not hit the heights of the previous one. Yeah, he has. He has Aguero, but Sergio Raheem, but that was before Christmas. Remember that. He hasn't done a lot after Christmas. Raheem had an awful... Yes, I've always said it was that Gomez incident. Forward thinking is right. Just wondered there are appropriate replacements out there. You're saying bring in a replacement, which I don't think we need to. We have Jesus as a backup next season, and Aguero is still the best striker in the league easily. Well, yes, I agree with that. Stats-wise, he's not, because he's not top of the scoring charts. That's the problem with that one. You see, if you're going off, this is what I mean, if we're going off stats, what we're going off, is Aguero the top goal scorer? No, he's not. That's the problem. I never wanted Raheem out. No, I don't. I trust that they'll have a plan to replace Aguero. You could do it similar. They didn't have I know what you're saying, Ryan, but this is my point. They didn't have a plan to replace Company. There was no plan to replace Company. So why do you think there'll be a plan to replace Aguero? I don't think Jesus has a good finish, though. That's my opinion. I don't think anyone who needs 5 chances to score 1 goal I worry about as a top striker. Sane not playing, Raheem poor, and Jesus being consistent. There are many concerns. Sane's going, so we can't have Sane. No, I'm not talking about Isco. Still scored more than any other Premier League team. Alex Bingo. Do you remember Negredo? Shame. Yeah, he scored hatfuls. He takes the most shots in the league and was top scorer in the league till around 2 games ago. Who was? Aguero? He wasn't. Not 2 games ago. Let's face it, we missed out on bringing Haaland in. He's not playing anywhere near the minutes of others. Because, well, do you think his injuries are going to ease when he's older? And is that down to our players of defence? The rest, where is the bloody hell is Oscar Bob? I don't know. Listen, guys, this was meant to be let's have a debate, and it's turned into a really good debate, but some people are getting a bit too antsy over this. It's all opinions, and apparently my opinion's worse than others and shouldn't be allowed. Well, this is what we've got so far. Bravo's going, so we've got Zach Steffen coming in as the number 2, and we're going to bring in a number 3 as a experienced goalkeeper. We've got left back. We decided together we're going to keep Mender as our number 1, and we're going to bring Angelino, and Zinchenko's going to stay as a squad player. We then moved on to centre-back, or we had centre-backs where we said Stones and Otamendi will probably leave, and we're going to have probably Skriniar, Upamecano, and probably, and who was the other one we had? I'm trying to think who was the other one. I wrote it down. Who was the other one we had? And Upamecano, Skriniar, and who was the other one? And Laporte as our back 3, or our 3 centre-backs. We then moved on, we're going to keep Rodri as our CDM. We're going to have Fernandinho not to play centre-back, but to come in and play 15-20 games as CDM, so we can take that pressure off Rodri, play a few more games, teach Rodri, mentor Rodri. We had Aurier possibly coming in. We've got Foden, KDB, Bernardo Silva with Ilkay Gundogan as our backup in the midfield, with Raheem Sterling right. I put Gabriel Jesus left. Some didn't, some did. And you're saying, the majority are saying Aguero and Gabriel Jesus up top. So really, you've only brought in 1, 2, 3 players. plus a goalkeeper, four players. That's if Liverpool don't sign anybody else and they don't get better. Is that enough to close the gap on 25 points? I'm not sure. I don't think we're as close to Liverpool as what people say. Have we been unlucky? Of course we have. Have we had injuries? Yes. Has VAR played a massive part? Of course it has. But we're still behind them by about 8 or 9 points if we took the VAR away. That's the table I saw. Let's get back into your comments anyway. True, Ryan, but a striker shouldn't need 5 chances to score. Would you get a replacement for Sade? I said Gabi Jesus. No, Alex, it was by the far best move for his career to go to Dortmund. He didn't go to United because they didn't want to add a buyout clause. Aguero's only 3 behind Vardy's this season and 1 behind Aubameyang. There was a plan to replace Company, but Pep said the defenders were too expensive. Pep doesn't decide price, Doopy. Remember that. The board do. All Pep does is give him names. I think Gabriel will score a lot more when he gets to win a game. Probably for his career, Ryan, but what about us? It's a wide scene to buy him when his price jumps. It'd be pointless ever having stats of the argument was because of the defence of other teams. Might not surprise you haven't mentioned Sally Gabby yet. Have you changed your mind? I think we should keep Gabby as a winger. I think he could be the signer replacement. Martin makes valid points in my opinion. He's honest, what he's accurate about. I hate lockdown and want to go back to college, don't we all, mate? Did you watch the Alexander? Yes. I switched off when they went to Golden Goal. Who won that? From what I heard, TAA won. Sterling's out. Captain. I had Laporte as captain yesterday, but others have said KDB. I'd be happy with KDB or I'd be happy with Emre Laporte. I like the idea of a centre-back being the captain, so he can see everything ahead of him. But I'd be happy with KDB as well. Which might be, I've had time, I disagreed with that a little bit last night, but I've had a chance to have a think about it, and I'd probably be happy with KDB. I thought he wasn't as quiet enough, a bit too quiet for me as captain. Everyone knows about the release clause of Haaland, so you can agree that deal in February when coming in, that's the plan. Right, that's fine. I said that, Ryan. Bring him in January. My point was, have the replacement lined up before Aguero leaves. I didn't say sell Aguero. At no point in an hour and 40 minutes have I ever said sell Aguero right now. Never said that. I said we shouldn't be allowing him to leave on his terms. It's Man City, not Sergio City. Is all I said. Right. Did you watch the I Miss VAR, don't we all? Next season, having Aguero and Jesus works great. Alex, there is no guarantee that he'd have hit the heights with us. Liverpool definitely by Werner. Liverpool are going to improve, remember that. Andy, that could be one of the reasons. Maybe it will take 2 years to reach Liverpool's level. Cal, I needed you early. You were on about Foden. Grealish is under the 5th times a player. Ryan. Oh, so, yeah. Well, that's your opinion. Everyone disagreed with you on that one, Ryan, but are you wrong? Can you guarantee the Scouts will be considered next season? I'm not so sure. Well, no. I'm not saying they will, but we've got to think why we need to improve this squad. Captain is KDB. I missed the watch-alongs. Who's in the 25-man squad then, Martin? You want to do the full 25-man squad? Right, well, we'll go with number 1, Edison. Edison, number 1. Let me get a pen that works. That pen's run out. My 25-man squad. That is lined up. How hard is that? The replacement is lined up, and I never said you did say that, Martin. How hard is it? You did. You said I didn't have a plan. That is lined up. Right, well, I'm going with Edison. Zach Stefan. So, Edison, Zach Stefan, and another one. Let's say Muric for now. It won't be Muric, but let's say Muric. Then you've got Zinchenko, Angelino, Menda, Skriniar, Laporte, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, Laporte, Upamecano, Walker, and let's say Semedo. Yanko can go into the homegrown. Yeah, Bravo's going. Bravo's out of contract. We shouldn't buy Grealish, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then your midfield is Rodra, Fernandinho, Gundogan, KDB, Loading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sterling, Gabby, Sergio, Oreo, because I said we bought him, didn't we? 9. See, I'm only at 20. We shouldn't buy Grealish. We've known Bravo's leaving for over a year. Yes, Alex on his final year. Yes. Good. And the people like Zinky for depth. Well, I've got Zinky in. So at the minute, I've got Edison, Zach Stefan, Muric, even though it won't be Muric, or another. Zinchenko, Angelino, Mendy, Skriniar, Laporte, Upamecano, Walker or Semedo or Yankutu, but I think he'd be home. He'd be down as the youngster one. Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan, KDB, Bernardo, Silva, Foden, Sterling, Gabby, Sergio, and Oreo. That gives me 21. Tell you what, let's put Grimshaw there. Let's have Grimshaw instead of Muric. Yeah, let's have Grimshaw instead of Muric. Bernabeu just come in anyway. I'd take Maddison from Leicester. That's a good shout. That is a good shout, that. It depends how much Leicester would want for him. To get players out of Leicester would be very hard. Very, very hard indeed. It will be very hard to get anybody out of Leicester. I mean, they're talking 80 odd million. It was 85 million to get Maguire out. You're talking 85 million to get Chilwell out. Yeah. Why are you loaning Yankutu when it comes to the Etihad? Because I'm not 100% Doopy. He's going to go. Oh, Mahrez. There you are. Mahrez. Yeah. Mahrez will be the backup to. Mahrez and Sterling can swap. Why are you loaning? Yankutu may not get a work permit. So he might end up like Douglas Luiz. So, Maddison is quality. Well, let's throw Maddison in there. Who's Maddison? Are you keeping Gundogan then? So Maddison, we're signing a biscuit. So Jack Lee's gone for Edison, Angelino, Laporte, Skriniar, Semedo, Rodri, KDB, Bernardo and Foden, Jesus, Sterling, Aguero, bench, Stefan, Walker, Garcia, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Martinez and Are we buying Martinez? Let's bring in Martinez. Or, I do like Ryan's solution, Haaland in February. And then you've got the Aguero. So I'm going to go with that. Haaland in February, January or February. But I'm going to put Maddison in because I do like the idea of James Maddison. Carlisle could get that in the Villa team, to be honest, would help him go down. I'm not saying why, I'm saying we are. I'm just because I don't think he'll get a work permit, mate. Andy, I would take a biscuit over Pickford. What on earth has this turned into 25-man squad? Right, we've got biscuits. Right, here's your 25-man squad for me. Edison, Stefan, Zach Stefan, Grimshaw, Zinchenko, Angelino, Mendy will compete for left back. Your back three, or your centre backs will be Skriniar, Laporte, Upamecano, or Kwanti if Van Ryan wants to add him. And then you've got Garcia, Taylor, Howard, Bellis is coming in as the youngsters. You've got Walker, Semedo, or Walker, or Yankutu if you can get a work permit as your right backs. You've got your holding midfielders. You could have as Rodri, Fernandinho, and then Gundogan as your backup. KDB, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Mahrez, James Maddison, and the young guy from Lyon is competing your centre midfields with Sergio Aguero and Gabby Jesus. We don't want to play him on the left wing and bring Haaland in or Martinez from the summer or Haaland in from the winter transfer window. There's your 25. Whoa, that's some. That's gonna. I mean, how much money are you talking there? You're looking 300 million. Andy, I would take a biscuit over Pickford. I'm not saying why I'm saying what I never turn into. I want Human Son, even though it's never happening. No, Tottenham won't sell him. You know what? I wouldn't complain with any of those silly ideas. Now you've added my ideas. Yeah. City starting 11 should be Edison, Walker, Evans, Laporte. Evans? No, Digney. And I would have Digney at left back, but we decided we don't need a left back because we're going to give Mendy another year. Valverde, KDB, and Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Highland, and Sane. Sane's going. Sane's not going to stay. So who's Madison going to replace? That's the problem. But squad, we'll do it as a squad. Stones and Otamendi both out. Yes. Conte, not Quante, Konate. Gundogan, Cal, you can't buy Haaland yet. Not United, you'll have to wait till summer or pay well over 100. Gundogan won't be going anywhere, not whilst Pep. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I said Gundogan is backup. He could be your backup to Fernandinho and Rodri. Right. So that is the 25-man squad going forward of an idea to stop, close the gap on Liverpool. It turned into World War III. It's been nearly 2 hours. My stream has been perfect. It's not glitched one bit. I'm over the moon with that. But the problem is, it's all opinions anyway, guys. Johnny Evans has better stats than most defenders, might. Oh, we're back at stats. It's like watching Stats Madness. Stats don't obviously mean everything, you know. Right, guys. I don't think there's anything much. So you reckon Madison will be a bench player? No. But who are you benching? Up to now, we've bought everyone and not selling anybody. Because Gundogan won't go. Pep will not sell his sacred son. And then Bernardo Silva, no. Sane, he's obviously going to go. Andy says this and he's spot on. It's just speculation about Sane. Where's the evidence saying he's bad attitude and wants to leave? Carl, he's got 12 months left in his contract, mate. He's had a contract offer, Carl, on the table for a year and a bit. He has not signed it. He's not signed this contract extension. So where's the evidence he is going to sign? City won't let him go for a free, mate. Martin is working as a working stream and still got so wound up. He looked like he just come back from a 10-metre run. You wound me up, you. Cheers, Martin, Andy, and guys. Stay safe, everyone. It's stats don't matter. Give us a square and I'll give you NASA. Stay safe, Bernard. Thank you, mate. You too, Bernard. Great stream. Thank you. Nobody's mentioned Adam Traore. I'm not going down that road. Right. Well, there were your ideas. Let me know what you think in your comments down below. Who would you sign? Who would you sell? You don't have to agree with me. You might think I'm talking rubbish. That's all opinions. But let me know what you guys think. But stay safe. Part 1 of the Friday Night Social is out. Go and give it a listen. Again, I don't hate Newcastle. I love them. I hope they enjoy the ride. And if any fan base deserve it, they do. But guys, it's been nearly 2 hours. My stream's worked. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's just see next season. We need to do something to close the gap. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you think we should sign? Who do you think we should sell? But guys, have a great rest of your weekend. Friday Night Social Part 2 will be out. And then Part 3. I think it's done in 3 parts. Please give it a like. Give it a stream. Give it a stream. Give it a like. Make sure your publications, your notifications are set to public. I'm going. Right. Mingy Wong, that's to you as well. Notifications set to public, not private. Guys, have a great time. Enjoy the last bit of sunshine before the rain appears next week. Have a great weekend. Look after your loved ones. Stay safe. Keep following the guidelines. And we'll see you soon on Man City Man TV. And look out next week. Things might be changing on the channel. But that's a little bit of a secret. You might see on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Hope you enjoyed it. I bought Martin a Newcastle shirt. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you. Love you all. Give it a like. Give it a share. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, where have you been? Make sure you are doing. I'll see you all soon. Might hit Man City on TV. That was an exciting one, wasn't it? Take care all. Love you all. Thanks for coming on. I'll speak to you soon.